So you're thinking about retaining your seed, huh? Well, I'm here to tell you that you totally should, and I'll give you a few good reasons as to why that is. But firstly, a quick background on me. I've been retaining my seed for about 4 years, on and off, and you can even check my YouTube channel. That's kind of when I started. It gave me the inspiration to spread this message, but I want to say that in this 4 year period, man, I have not once yet released my seed and not been conscious about that loss that I just took, right? Ever since then, every time I've released, I'm very aware of it. I'm not just releasing and just like, all right, fuck it. And I'm going about my business, not even thinking about it like I used to do before I was aware of the benefits of it, right? So also in this period of time, I've seen the benefits, I've experienced it, and I want to keep and retain as much of that as I can, right? Obviously. So what are the benefits? What's the purpose of retaining, man? Just release it. Feel the pleasure, right? That's what most dudes think. They think when you have sex, you gotta release. That's how you feel good. Like, what's the point of, I gotta get my end result, my reward, right? That's the common thought about it. But I'm here to tell you, man, that's totally not the answer necessarily. That's not really how things have to go. Although that's how things mostly do go if you're not conscious and you're just unconsciously doing things, right? So I want to say, firstly, there's a lot of health benefits to it. Now, I'm not a doctor or a scientist, but I'm just going off of my experience with my body because I can listen to my body and I know what's going on for the most part, right? So firstly, there's a ton of energy. You're going to have a lot more energy to keep to yourself. Throw your energy drinks away, throw away the coffee. You ain't going to need none of that, even though you shouldn't be on that anyways. But this is like your own version of an energy boost every day. And I'm not going to sit here and say you're like an Energizer bunny where you're like amped up, but I'm saying there's a nice constant extra energy, if I can put it simply. It's not like you're gonna notice it and you're not gonna feel like hyper or anything. It's just like you have more energy in your battery, so to speak, if I could put it like that. So it's like an extra source of energy to pull from versus if you're just constantly, busting off, then I'm sure you're gonna be a lot more tired. You might need a lot more sleep to feel well rested. With retention, you're gonna need less sleep, and I've noticed that a lot. Health wise, also, I haven't retained for over a year, but I've seen other people that have done it for a long period of time, and they seem to have retaining their youth, right? That's something to consider. That's something I'm trying to strive for. 1 year, that's tough because I still do enjoy women, and it's a little bit more difficult if you're in that case. But hey, if you can go for that year, I say aim for it, give it a try. And once I do, I'm gonna hit it one day. And when I do, you guys will be the first to know. um, but I'm sure there's plenty of other health benefits, because you guys have to consider the fact that when you release, man, your body is literally taking energy from all of your vital organs to pass that on to your seed, to your kid, your potential child that you're supposed to be making with this semen bust off, right? But most of us ain't just out here making kids. It's a lot of recreation. So you're just wasting that vital, crucial energy. You're just wasting it, right? And I'm saying, like, look, we're having fun, we're living life, but I'm saying if you're gonna do that all the time, just think about all this vital energy. You're just throwing it away, right? That woman ain't giving you no kid. That's energy to create a whole nother life. That is so powerful. Don't take that for granted. Always remember it. That helps me retain better as well. So That's a big key. Another big thing, man, is discipline, man. You're going to have a lot more discipline when you're practicing this, right? Because let's face it, it's one of the most difficult things you can do in this world as a man. And when I say in this world, I mean today's world especially. You know, it's always been tough, I'm sure. But in this, I live in America. I don't know about y'all, but it's a free for all out here. There's a lot of women with tights on, with you know, Instagram is crazy. You know, women are setting up thirst traps left and right. It's like booby traps, literally booby traps. You know, you got to watch yourself, man. It's crazy out here. But when you're retaining your seed, man, let me tell you, man, you have it's almost like an extra power. You have like an extra defense shield protecting you from all these temptations, right? You just, I mean, you see it, you're attracted, you know, you maybe be a little turned on, but you can be like, yeah, that's nice, but I got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? You kind of like, you're focused on other things. You want to take that same energy, man, and you know, transmute it into other things that are productive for your life, you know? So versus releasing that and just giving it away, and it's not adding any benefits to your life, right? You got to remember, this is another key, man. This is creative energy, right? You're creating a human with this, right? So instead of using that creative energy to create a person, you can hold on to that creative energy and use it for something other than that, some other creative pursuits, because it's creative. We are put here to create, right? Believe it or not. You know, I don't want to get into the religion, but it's part of a lot of religions. God created a lot of stuff, and we're the only beings that God made that creates things. Like, we create a lot of shit, and that's really what we're here for. But that's a side note. That's another story. But anyways, discipline, very key. Another little quick thing, man. There's so many benefits. I just want to keep this video short, but another thing I've noticed with retention during these 4 years and dating many women, and you know, I've noticed that, you know, eventually it comes up, right? You might be messing with a woman, and you may not say it up front, but eventually she's gonna find out that you don't want to bust, right? That's how I do. I don't want to bust when I have intercourse. That's just me. Some people don't even want to have intercourse at all while they're retaining, and I respect that. But me, I'm up for a challenge. You feel me? I don't mind. You know, I like to have sex and try to retain. It doesn't work out all the time, but I'm getting better at it. You know, so. But the women that I'm dating, they understand it, and the real ones respect it. You know, the grimy ones are gonna try to knock you off your square, try to make you bust. You might want to let her go if she's on that. If she ain't trying to encourage you and help you and go at your pace versus, you know, trying to make it her mission to make you bust, hey man, you gotta look at the woman for what she is and just reassess that if necessary. But I've noticed, man, you do stand out with women when you retain, because this is some like 1% stuff. Not every man, damn near no men are doing this. So imagine you pull up on a woman, you're dating her, y'all are getting intimate, and she realizes you don't want to bust, but you do want to please her. You do want to have fun and everything, but you don't want to bust. That's like your little rule. And she's going to think about that, and she's going to respect it. And, you know, if she may be dating other dudes, which she shouldn't be doing, first off, that's kind of vile. But at the very least, you're going to stand out to her. She's going to be like, man, I want to, something about him is different. Like, he's disciplined. He don't want to bust. And it's even like a little a challenge to her. She's kind of like, damn, what's up? Why don't he want to bust with me? Like, now she's really curious. Now you got her. You know, it's just it's an extra thing, you know. And, you know, people say semen retention does have the attraction, that attracts women. That's debatable. You can't really prove that, but I do think that there's something going on there as far as pheromones and just your glow and everything else is putting work out there. But besides that, man, that's just a quick little briefing of the benefits of this, and I think you all should do it if you haven't started already. At least give it a try, see what happens. Go a week, go 2 weeks, go a month if you can. Give it a try, see what happens. If you're skeptical, give it a try. But there's a reason. I'm sure you've seen a lot of other videos on YouTube. There's a reason that we're talking about this as men, because this shit is real, man. Once you start doing it, you'll notice something is here. And, they've been practicing this for thousands, if not millions of years before we've even known it. But I'm just here to spread the message. That's all it is, man. I just wanted to drop that off to you guys. But that's it, man. I appreciate y'all's time. I'm going to holla at y'all on the next one. Peace.